Happy May 12th. It is Aubrey with Team Butterfly Effect, and today I am here to talk to you about the Beachbody On Demand yoga studio. So primarily I'm talking about this from the perspective of a yoga instructor. I feel it really appropriate that I'm talking about this today because whether you know this about me or not, but I am one of the core teachers in a yoga teacher training program. So I've been teaching. I've been teaching yoga for almost 14 years. I've been a Beachbody coach for the past 6.5, and I'm going to be honest with you. The part that I didn't like or wasn't satisfied with Beachbody for my first 5 years as a coach was that we didn't have yoga. And so when people would come to my classes or people would come to me for asking for help to get started with the program, I really didn't have an option or a means to help them if they weren't coming to my classes. So with the launch of Beachbody On Demand and with the 3-week yoga retreat, my heart has exploded with the options available to help people with yoga, and specifically now with the new programming. So I'm about ready to dive into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by I'm just going to share with you a little bit about as my kids pass through. Nigel, I'm leading a call, honey. Can you walk out of the room, my love? Oh, he's coming to get kitties. Okay. You want to oh, the cat's saying hi. That's enough. Thank you, my love. So I'm going to start out by just sharing with you a couple of the benefits of practicing yoga, and then we're going to dive into what's available within Beachbody On Demand. So first and foremost, yoga is one of those things that is a longevity tool. In our current daily life within the modern world, with forward flexion just being a part of our world because of being at the computer, driving, all the stuff that we're in forward flexion all the time, and chronic back pain, chronic shoulder pain is huge in our society. And a lot of people think that they actually have back issues, but they don't realize it's not their back issues. It's just that they spend so much time at a computer or driving or whatnot, their hamstrings and their hips have gotten crazy tight. And when our hamstrings and our hips are tight, it pulls on our back. And when our hips are tight, our knees pay the price. It also pulls on our knees. So many people think they have bad knees, but what they have truly are tight hips, and lack of mobility as well, and also extra weight. When we carry that extra weight, it causes stress on our joints. So a lot of us, they think, okay, well, it's genetic. I have a bad knees or I have bad back. It's a thing that runs in my family. And maybe you have family members that have those issues, and maybe it is partially genetic. I'm not saying it's none of that, but it's normally not genetic in the fact that it's about your biology. It's more about the life choices that you have viewed and you've observed throughout your life, and that you've repeated those patterns of how you've treated your body, how you've fed your body, and so therefore you are getting the same results as maybe your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa, because you are treating your body in the same manner that they did, not necessarily because of your genetics per se. Not always the case, but that's generally the experience from my experience. Hold on just one second.
Nigel, baby, I'm leading a call. Nigel, I'm leading a call. Can you be quiet for me, please? Thank you.
So those are some of the benefits of physically. Also, some of the benefits are based on the mind and the body. We have a lot of chronic anxiety within our culture. People are on antidepressants. People are on an anxiety medication. And also the majority of our country also suffers from chronic shallow breathing. Chronic shallow breathing. Nigel, it's okay, honey. That's enough. Go outside. Go outside. Thank you. So So as we practice yoga, it allows us to invite in more breath because that's the foundation within the practice. So as we breathe deeper, gosh, you could Google deep breathing and I could talk to you all day long about all the benefits that deep breathing do. So you're going to you're going to stretch, you're going to lengthen your body, you're going to invite more oxygen into your body that's going to help you de-stress, help you detox, help you gain more focus. It's also going to bring balance to your body. Now, for those of us who really love our intense workouts, the interesting thing is it's going to help reduce our risk for injury as we practice yoga and we lengthen our muscles, because that's what people find is one of the main reasons of why they have to quit working out or why they let their bodies go, is because they end up getting injured and can't get back into the groove and can't get back into the swing of things. So, like I said, yoga is a longevity tool. And I'm super stoked that we have the option in Beachbody On Demand now. So let me go into, let's share screen. Let's go into Beachbody On Demand. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is go to teambeachbody.com. To get into Beachbody On Demand, you click this tab right here. Now, you do have to have a subscription to Beachbody On Demand. So if you don't have a subscription, talk to your coach and they can help you get started. It's $100 for a year for all of the programming. I highly recommend going that route. So as you scan down, and you see obviously the 3-week yoga retreat, that's an option. And we also have the Beachbody Studio. So if you are a brand new to yoga, or even if you're just brand new to Beachbody yoga, I highly encourage you starting with the 3-week retreat. Why is that? Well, first of all, it's made to be foundational. So this program was made in a sense that you should be able to do it without even looking at the camera. Meaning, when they were filming this program, they literally had people on another side of a wall, and if they couldn't, like, the instructor was on one side of the wall, the practitioner was on the other side of the wall, and if the practitioner could not do it based on the cueing they were hearing, the instructor had to redo it. Okay, so the cueing is made to be impeccable. And also the reason why I suggest you start with this is because it's an opportunity to humble ourselves. No matter how long we've been practicing, sometimes we pick up poor habits. And yoga is all about form. So for you to get the most out of your practice, I highly encourage you starting from the foundation and the ground zero. So that is with the 3-week yoga retreat. So as you can, it's 21 days. So if we click on the workouts, as you can see right here, we have a foundation. Week 1 tells you exactly what to do. You just push play. You have week 1, foundation week. Week 2, expansion week. Open up, stretch your body. So foundation week is going to be just focusing a lot on just your foundation, your basic postures, your basic alignment, so on. Week 2 is expansion week. So it's bigger stretches. I mean, what does it sound like? Expanding your body, right? And you're expanding on your practice. And week 3 is progression. So it's taking you a little bit deeper, a little bit further. But all of it's made for the beginner practitioner. And every day you have it's 30 minutes or less. Now, it's cool as it comes down here. We got take 10, so they're all just 10-minute workouts. If you want to just get in something quick, that's 10 minutes. Or beginner basics. Now, guys, this part is really, really cool. And this is, I highly suggest any beginner practitioner, or even, this is my intention to start going through all of these just to check it out as well. All of the basics of yoga are broken down in really, really short videos. So you see 3 minutes of mindfulness. Like, some people might not even know what mindfulness is. That might be a new term for you as far as being mindful. And then it breaks down your basic poses, like downward facing dog, balance, cobra versus up dog, teaches you the difference. Those are all basic postures. Teaches you how to use props and equipment. yoga squat, engaging the core, warriors, shavasana, child's pose. The breathing is one of the most important parts. So that breaks that down. Mountain pose. So as you can see, if you're having any issues with any of the poses or any of the foundations, you have really short little videos that you can make sure you're doing it properly, because with yoga, it's all about doing it properly. So as we also scan down, the part that's really cool too is you get down into your 3-week yoga retreat, the same things, and they have the options of doing it with no music. So why is it interesting to do it with no music? I don't know about you, but I like my own music. I don't want that generic music in the background. And sometimes your workout is all about the music. So I could put in some nice Inya if I want to do something nice and mellow, just on the background. Or if, say, on the flow on the go, 20 minutes, I can put on some of my EDM, some of my dance music, and really have a high energy, invigorating class with the no music. So I highly encourage you starting here. Now, this I just discovered. I think this is so freaking cool, and I'm so excited about to share it with you because I just discovered a little bit ago that it existed. So yes, 3-week yoga retreat also comes with a nutrition guide. So as you come in here, can look at the nutrition guide, and it looks really, really simple, and I really, really like it. So as you scan down, and FYI, if you do the 21-day fix, this is not a 21-day fix meal plan, but it's simpler, and I think it's really cool. So you scan down, and you can read all about the tips that they talk about yoga. It's kind of about yogic philosophy and ways to treat your body. But as we scan down, look, so that makes the plan really simple. Are you a woman? Are you a man? And then looking at your weight categories. And based on the plan that you're on, so say, for example, I weigh somewhere around 140 pounds on a general basis, so I'd be in plan B. So that means I would get a breakfast, I would get a lunch and a dinner and 2 snacks in the day, which is what I do already, which is perfect for me. Now, if you're petite and you weigh less than 130, sorry, you only get 3 meals a day, but I don't got to worry about that one. So I get my 5 meals, which I love. And then you can see right there that you get more if you get a different category. So meaning if you weigh more, your snacks go up in the caloric range. So let's scan down here even more. Oh, look it down. They broke it down really simple between breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. It gives you literally, you have 7 days of meal plans, suggestions. But let's be real. If you're a mix and matcher, I mean, you got 7, let's see, 7 times 7, what, 49? So or is that 42? I'm not a mathematician. Anyway, you got a lot of recipes there. So we're going to scan down, and you can see there's also tips for upping your results. As you can see here, keep it whole, eat a rainbow, just gives you ideas for your food. But as you scan down, keep going. Now here's all the recipes. So it gave you the meal plan, and then you can literally scan down and get all the recipes. So if I were you, if I were just starting, if I were brand new, I've never worked out before, and I'm wanting to start with yoga, what I would do is I would start with 3-week yoga retreat, and I would literally follow this meal plan, and I would look at all of these. I would look at all the menus of what I would look at all of the recipes from the menu of what they suggested, and I would just glance to make sure that I like all the food that's on there. And if I like all the food that's on there, make my shopping list from there. Okay, and you go ahead and try out all the food. Now, if you're a person like me who doesn't mind eating the same thing every day for lunch, maybe pick one that looks delicious for lunch, and then just up your portions for your shopping list. So what do I mean by that? I mean, it's a whole lot more economical to buy, you got a head of broccoli, and how many times can I use this head of broccoli? You know, it just makes it more economical when it comes to making your grocery list instead of making stuff that doesn't have the same core ingredients every day. You see what I'm trying to say? Okay, so that's where I would start. I would follow this meal plan, and I would do 3-week yoga retreat. That's where I would start. So this is super cool. I'm so excited about this. Now let's. Oh, I don't need all of those little tabs. Go away, tabs. I need to get to my top. Okay, so this is really cool too. You know how with Beachbody, how everybody has you turn in your before and after pictures and you get a shirt or something like that, right? Well, look at this. So they suggest with 3-week yoga retreat, instead of doing like regular before and after pictures, that you do your yoga pose before and after pictures. So you can see what your down dog or your triangle or your forward fold or your tree looked like at the beginning, and then see what it looks like at the end. Now, this is what I think is super cool too, is if you turn in your before and after pictures, instead of getting a t-shirt, get a bracelet. This is Breathe on it, which I think is, I just got chills because it's so nice. I mean, all of us have breathing is one of the things that can bring us the most into the presence. Breathing deeply can do the most benefit for our body, but most of us are chronic shallow breathers or chronic breath holders. So having something on your wrist that reminds you to breathe, I think, is a beautiful thing. So there's that. And it's okay. So I just got done with 3-week yoga retreat. What do I do now? Well, did you feel strong at the end of 3-week yoga retreat? Do you feel like you need to do it again? Or are you ready to move on? If you're ready to move on, guess what we do? We're going to go into the yoga studio now. So, see, backing up, go into the yoga studio, which, by the way, guys, this is completely random sidebar. I'm drinking vegan vanilla Shakeology. It's brand new. It's so good, and I'm normally not a vanilla girl, so I'm super excited about it. Okay, so, which, by the way, I've mixed mine with coconut water, so it makes it a little sweeter. Okay, so this I think is super, super cool. So I'm in the yoga studio, and now I'm going to go to program plan. Okay, so you can see, like, you can scan through and see yoga with different of the trainers. Like, all of the different trainers have a list of workouts. You can see that. Now, how do I decide what yoga I'm going to do? Let's go to program materials. Ha ha ha! Look at this. So excited about this. 30-day yoga calendar, people. That's not just 3-week yoga retreat. That's utilizing all the different yoga we have available. So freaking cool. Okay, so as you can see here, it's like a 30-day calendar for you to get the most out of your Beachbody On Demand. There's stuff from our 3-week yoga retreat people. There's Tony Horton's yoga is thrown in here. Autumn from 21 Day Fix is in here. Shalene is in here. I didn't even know Shalene had a yoga in it's in Shalene Extreme, because that's a program I haven't done yet. And so that is super cool that we have literally a program in here, and you can see, I mean, they're not all 30 minutes or less. This is for people who are dedicated, that they're really wanting to dive into yoga, because as you can see on Saturday on week 2, it's 52 minutes. On week 3, you're doing 70 minutes of yoga with Tony Horton, which is pretty intense, right? I think that's the longest you get, but that's really cool. Okay, is that it? No, wait, there's more. So then this is super cool. 14-day yoga challenge. So now it gets into, you want to be challenged. Are you wanting to up your yoga game? Here it is. Here it is. Here's longer practices. They're more intense practices with some of the more challenging instructors. right here. Tells you what to do, when to do it. I highly suggest following one of these calendars if you're really wanting to dive deep. The reason why is because there are smart people in charge of making the calendars at Beachbody that build it to where you're not working the same major muscle groups each time, okay? So it's just like if you were to be following the Body Beast calendar. You're not going to work your bis and tris 2 days in a row. You're going to work your bis and tris one day, and then you're going to work your hamstrings and quads the next day. You're going to work a different major muscle group, which you're going to see here with this as well. So it just takes the thinking out of it. If you don't want to have to stress if you're doing the right thing, then let Beachbody do the thinking for you. And then after that, guys, there's a 5-day recovery calendar. So maybe you did, maybe you just finished Insanity. Maybe you just finished Body Beast. Maybe you just finished a freaking something that really pushed you, or maybe you're not feeling good and you just need to move your body or do something as you're just trying to recover and restore. These are all gentle practices that are made to help restore the body, which I think is amazing. Okay, now I'm going to also go back to workout lists, just in case you didn't know. Let's go down here, leave. Oh, okay. So did you know, I did not know, the Ultimate Reset? There's actually yoga that is made to go along with the Ultimate Reset. So what's the Ultimate Reset? The Ultimate Reset is our 21-day vegan detox. Transform my life. I do it every year. So this is literally, there is a science behind the Ultimate Reset of what's going on within your body. And yoga is a science as well, as far as mind, body, spirit, putting it all together of what it does for your body. So wouldn't it make sense, while you're doing the 3-week, doing the Ultimate Reset, to do the yoga that's going to help flush your system and to help you get the most out of your detox? Okay, last, guys. Obviously, here's the thing. I highly encourage you doing that, the program challenge calendar. Main, so you don't have to think about it, but B, because sometimes you getting a lot out of your yoga practice all depends on your instructor. Like if you find an instructor that you really dig, that you really resonate with, you're going to be able to going deeper and getting more out of your practice. So once you do all the practice with everybody, you can say, you know what? I really love doing yoga with Tony, and I couldn't stand doing yoga with Faith. I don't know, excuse me. And so then, when you have a day when you just want to come to a yoga practice, this is the one you do. However, the thing that I'm the most excited about as a yogi, as an advanced practitioner, when it comes to my physical asana practice, my physical practice, is that, guys, look at this. Hello, anybody want to learn to do a handstand? I do. I've been working on my handstand for 14 years and still don't have it. 15 years and still don't have it. Guess what I'm going to start to do? I'm going to start to do some of, I think his name is Vitsias is how you pronounce it, his handstand. So I was just watching one of those videos before we did this, and he was talking about how the balance to the core video is all about the core strength that you need to be able to do these more intense postures. And the Vityas guy, is the one who's the more challenging instructor. So guess what? As an advanced yogi, if I'm really wanting to challenge and push my practice, or even gain tools and an instructor, like I can take other people's classes and get content for mine. There's nothing new that's been created, but sometimes like, oh, that flow is amazing and I want to use that when I teach. So this is the dude that I'm going to come to and practice with, not only to up my own practice, but to get inspired by what he does to be able to share it with others. Because guess what? The biggest mistake most yoga instructors do is they teach and they don't practice. So this right here gives, and I'm going to tell you too, it's hard as an instructor to go practice where you teach. Why is that? Because it's hard for me to get my own practice in. Like, I can't go in and be anonymous. I can't go in and just like blinders on. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just going in to meditate and I'm going in to do my own thing. I can't do that. So for me to really go deep and deep within, I have to do it at home now. Or I got to go to a place where nobody knows me, which I don't got time to do that. So this is a great thing. Also, guys, you wanting to advance your practice? Elise, she must be the arm balance girl. Look at this. Crow pose, break down crow pose in 3 minutes. Break down firefly pose. That's an arm balance where you're like in a straddle. You couldn't see me. You're in a straddle, right? Trying to show you. So she's teaching you some of those harder advanced arm balances. Okay, you get down to Ted's yoga for cyclists. Hello, do you love to like go cycle on the weekends and you need something to balance out your body? Yoga for runners. Hello, all the runners out there who have crazy bad posture from all of your like, slouching over. It's the same with cyclists. Okay, guys, I freaking love this. Yin yoga is one of the most relaxing forms of yoga. Deep, stretchy, right? And guess what I don't get enough of as a yoga instructor? Deep, stretchy. So if I'm going to come do any of this, generally, I'm going to come do that really intense stuff to get inspired, or I'm going to come do this really, really gentle stuff just to get a deep stretch. All right. So, oh gosh, Faith, she's got a back bending flow. Like, oh my gosh, if it's your goal, I want to work on back bends. I want to get more flexibility in my spine because we get more energy. The people who have really high energy, most of them have a more flexible spine. The more your spine is able to move, the more natural energy you have because it's your central nervous system and that's where the energy flows in your body. It's just the way it works. And then as we get down here, I love there's AM and PM intensives. There's meditation to relieve insomnia, which I need to check out because I've had insomnia forever. Meditation to relieve stress. Guys, there's so many amazing tools. And then obviously yoga with Tony is amazing. It's awesome. It's fun. Now it's not as meditative because Tony's just, Tony's Tony and it's his personality. But for dudes who aren't as worried about the softness and gentleness that yoga invites, it's a beautiful place to be. And yoga with Autumn and Shalene and Jericho, I haven't checked out any of those yet, but I intend to. And then the Jillian and Tea's is from Yoga Booty Ballet. So it's a little bit old school, but they're beautiful practices. I've done them. So guys, the yoga that we have at our fingertips is amazing. We have more than what you probably realize, more than you probably know. And here's the thing, y'all. I'm not going to tell you not to come to the yoga studio that I teach at because I'd love for you to come be a member. But our members pay somewhere between $79 and $110 a month. A month, right? To practice live. Beachbody On Demand is $100 for a year. And you get to do it in the comfort of your own home. So, people say, I don't have time for yoga. I can't afford going to a yoga studio. Here's your answer. You say, I have back pain. I have insomnia. I have anxiety. Here's a tool. So, as a yogi, as a yoga instructor, and as a Beachbody coach, I could not be more excited about this tool that we have at our fingertips, whether it be to help us all feel better within our own bodies and our minds and our presence, or whether it's to help others that we're looking to inspire to make life changes. I hope we all take an opportunity to utilize this amazing tool. So thank you so much. And I hope you appreciate the time and hope you dive deep into Beachbody On Demand.